Cousin Internet. It's me, Cousin Todd, with Mama's Comedy Show. And with me is Cousin Ali.
Hey!
And Cousin Ed. It was really good.
Thanks.
Ed was just in here, and he was like, I got to go get changed, and then I'll be right back. And then Jaimz texted me, too, and she's like, are we podcasting tonight? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, okay.
Jaimz is never on time. Ever.
No.
Like, there is not a time where she's ever on time.
I know, but we're starting this podcast like 23 minutes late. And you and I have been sitting here for the past like 7.
You know what? It might be time to move on, Todd. It might be time. I mean,
yeah. You know what's funny?
Has had a good run.
Oh, no, I thought you were talking about the show in general.
Oh, no, just them.
But it's funny, like when you said that, because I came in, I was like, yeah, our house is light tonight too. Like last week sounds like it was better.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know what to do. Like I told Ed, I was like, dude, I'm spending money on Facebook ads, like that I'm not getting back, you know, and that's fine. But it's like I'm spending money on Facebook. I was literally begging people tonight. I was like, hey, I'll comp you. Come see the show.
Yeah.
Come, like people who hadn't seen the show before. And I was like, I don't know what else to do.
What if we did a free night?
Yeah, I mean, that's an option. Definitely not. Or a bring someone for free.
Yeah. Like
I don't know, but I mean, like I mean, Ed'll come in and try to talk me down again, but I was like, dude, I don't know. Like, is this it? Is it time to go? Well, 13 years was a good run. Let's round out the end of the year and try to go out with a bang, or is it, you know, how do we get back to what we were before the pandemic? Because then it was, I mean, yeah, it was a different. Ed brought up a really good point where he said it's like when a TV show gets changed to a different time slot.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you have to find that new audience or whatever. And I'm like, man, I don't know where they are. Like, we have some regulars tonight who are bringing like a big group.
Good.
But that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's I don't know. And then I feel bad because I'm like, these people who used to come before always brought a big group. Now they're bringing a big group. And it's like, oh, your friends are going to think you see shitty shows.
Yeah. I know that there were 2 people that I knew said that they were bringing groups. One was the regular.
Yeah.
Because I saw them when I do bingo on Wednesdays, and they were there.
Yeah.
And they said, yeah, it's girls' night. We're going to have a girls' night. I was like, great. And then another one is a new regular.
Yeah.
They are newer and friends of mine, and they were saying they were going to bring some people.
Did they make a reservation?
I don't know.
Yeah, so that would be the biggest difference of me walking in excited or defeated.
Right.
And today I walked in defeated.
Right.
But also I'm fucking tired.
Yeah.
Here's Jaimz. On my way, but will be late. You're already late, hooker.
Yeah, already.
She's got to walk in here with a goddamn Starbucks in her hand. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
There's traffic.
Yeah, I thought it was Friday. Wait, it is Friday. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know if you saw, I made a post earlier today that was just like, I'm tired. I get up in the morning and I work out because I have to do some sort of physical movement. Mm-hmm. But then I go right into work, and then I leave that work and I go to a second work, and then I get home and it's like midnight. Like last night I got home at midnight, and I said, oh, man, I'm just so tired, but I haven't had any time to myself today.
Right.
And so I sat down, I watched the second part of Hellraiser on Hulu, the new one, because the night before I did the same thing. I went to work, and then I went to work after work, and then I came home and I was like, oh, I can watch this movie, because again, I have no time for myself. So I'm doing something. Renette's in bed. She's fucking asleep. Because she's been getting up early to go to work. And so I finished Hellraiser last night. It was fine. Good, decent. Yeah. And then I got up this morning, went and worked out, and then got home, showered, went right to work, and then came here and set up. And this is at least more therapy for me. Like this is Mama's is like, I say like, man, we don't have a big audience like we used to have. But I was never really here. Like I never really cared about the money that we made. Like the fact that, you know, back then, or even now still, like it's so hit or miss. Some weeks you're like, yeah, that's a decent check. And other weeks you're like, all right, well, it's gas.
Yeah. That's whatever.
But yeah, I feel like I'm in this cycle of only working And I was someone, a mutual friend of ours, saw that post and said something to me and like, "Hey, man, like I feel that too. Like I absolutely feel that." And I said, "Yeah, but let's like a separate like a." I'm whining about working, and I was like, I love my jobs, and we're not throwing sod. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're not roofers. We're not doing construction. We're not putting down fresh concrete. We're performers. Like I'm in an air conditioned room, talking at a normal speaking voice. I'm not even pushing my voice, but you just get tired.
Well, here's the thing, and this is something from someone who did a lot of manual labor earlier on. It's not really that much different. It's not much difference when you're sodding, or when you're like, I used to work in the fields, picking fruits and pitching watermelon and stuff. Sure, it's a lot of work, but
Right.
I don't have to entertain anyone.
Right.
That's more exhausting. You ever had someone come to your house for a weekend? I'm talking to the people listening that aren't performers.
Right.
Have somebody come to the house and you have to take care of them. You have to feed them. You have to, whatever. And then you got to figure out what to do, have some fun with them. It's exhausting.
Right.
To have to entertain. And we do that doubles and triples a day.
Right.
Like, we may not be doing manual labor, but mentally it takes a toll.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, I always hate complaining about performance work, and you bring up a really good point. It is emotionally exhausting. But yeah, when I'm driving and I see those guys on the side of the road, like fucking having a Diet Coke break, shirts off, sweating all over, I slow my car down and I just stare at them for a long minute.
Yeah,
and I just go, wow, these guys are looking good out there. Well, look who decided to show up.
Good night, everybody.
I was telling Ali, I was like, you were just here. You're like, I'm going to go change.
Yeah, I had to talk to
Put on
the owner.
Putting on your lesbian costume, your flannel shirt and jeans.
My lesbian costume.
Nice.
I had to talk to the owner of this establishment about a disgruntled guest.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow. Did you do something to this disgruntled guest?
I did.
What did you do?
I had the nerve of doing my job.
Shut
wow.
I know.
the fuck up.
What I need to do is
I need to put two microphones on Ed because you always walk away from the microphone. Now you look like
Now like you're doing
to do.
you're doing a post-game press
Actually,
conference.
this is he's having to defend his stance.
Yeah.
Please,
Mr. Bud.
Yes,
Mr. Bud?
yes. I won't be taking any questions. I just want to make a statement.
Okay.
The disgruntled guest, it was not my fault. I was simply following orders. And I was told to call off the seating numbers as they were listed on the list. The fact that they arrived here an hour before everybody else and they were the last ones on the list to be called was not my fault. I repeat, not my fault.
Yeah,
So-
more question.
Question.
Please. And all I have to say is San Dimas High School football rules. Thank you. Good night.
You know how often we have to hear I'm just doing my job as an excuse?
You sound like a Nazi.
I'm sorry, what?
You were just following orders.
Just
I sound like
following orders.
A Nazi,
I've
Ed.
never heard of that. What is that?
A Nazi?
Yeah.
I think it's a type of flower.
Oh,
It's someone who's blind.
Oh, they
I
did not see that.
I'm a blind flower.
Yes.
Well, when
Yeah,
was
so-
the last time you saw flowers with eyes? You idiot.
It's true.
They have lips.
Well, there's black-eyed Susans. Those
All
are.
right,
those
that's
are,
just a Susan that wouldn't listen.
Oh, God.
You are so wrong.
So when you came in, we were talking about mamas and what do we do with and I mentioned that you had said it's like when a show changes time slots.
Yeah.
I mean, is that the thing? Are we Futurama? Are we gonna?
Yes.
Are we
Yes, very
gonna
much
get
so.
get moved around and people love us and every time they hear we're back, they're like, hey, I love that show. And then
I don't think we'll ever move another time slot again unless we move back to 10 p.m. But
I don't think that's gonna happen.
here is that's not going to happen. Here is another way we could look at it.
Okay.
Okay.
Now we have a very small.
Hold on, you're cutting out here. There's something going on.
I don't know what
I know
could
there's some, you. I don't know. There's something about you and
do.
microphones.
I probably should leave. Anyway, what was I saying?
You said, "Here's what we should do."
Here's what we should do.
You're
Think-
like, I've solved all of our problems.
Think of it in a
Aneurysm.
in a different perspective. What if?
Okay.
Go with me on this. the people we have tonight, now it's a small but mighty crowd,
Right.
Yes.
are just really late for a podcast. How many people do you have in an audience for a podcast? 2, maybe 3?
Well, we've done it before.
Well,
We've had a
we-
podcast audience before.
And how big?
I mean, when we did the Win a Date with Cody, we had
Yeah.
like 20 people. Or when we were in here with you, we had.
Well, we're close to
About the
that
same.
for the show, but they're just late for the podcast. So sorry, we packed up all the podcast stuff. We'll put on a live show for you. And then you're thinking about the audience in a different way. What if this was an audience for a rehearsal? Huh? Then you're like, well, that's just a rehearsal audience. You just look at it in a different way. You have a more positive perspective.
For those of you listening, my face is making
I
what
believe
the
it's-
fuck are you
I was about
talking
to say,
about?
it's a
Ed?
WTF face. I'm just trying to look at it in a more positive perspective. That's all.
That actually depressed me more the way you said it.
Yeah.
It wasn't positive.
Yeah, it's like you're like, I got dumped. But maybe.
If I look at it,
If I look at it a different way, maybe I,
I was
helping
set
out.
free.
I was helping her get laid
Yeah.
from someone else.
Yeah, I was helping her find out who she was and helping her learn that she doesn't need me.
Can I just clarify which mic I'm supposed to be talking into?
Yes.
All right, excellent. I'll do both.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like, okay, I got dumped.
Right.
But the good news is I'm learning how to dig a hole.
you know,
Go ahead.
a lot of times after breakups, what do you want me to do?
Well, you got to stay consistent with how far away you are. You're like, this is how you tell a story. You're like, anyway, so I was
Where do you want me? I will
and
stay
then I
right
went
there.
into.
I'll stay right here.
Okay, that's good.
You moved.
Okay. So now I forgot what it was. Aneurysm again. Every time that I've been dumped,
Yeah.
is this okay? Am I?
Yeah,
am I
yeah,
in
you're
position?
good. I'm
volume?
looking at your levels
Okay.
right now.
Anytime I've gotten dumped, I've felt bad about it. And then I saw a couple, and my first reaction was, I don't got to put up with her crap. Hey, how about that? I don't have to put up with anybody's crap. I'm crapless. And that lasts for about a month.
And then I was jerking off into a toilet.
Yeah. That lasts for about a month. And then you go, wow, this is a lot of alone time.
Yeah.
But the other side of this, I work so damn much. I was talking to a woman online, and she's like, so when are you available to meet? And I was like, October 29th. She's like,
We're sorry. You'll have to add another credit card to this phone call.
not sooner than that. No, sorry. Wow. And
You're like the DMV.
I don't have any time. Todd, the other Todd.
Zimmerman?
Yeah, he wanted to hire me for a gig over it. He was like, so you have only 5 days and one of them's the rehearsal day for this gig? No, I'm not going to hire you on for this. You know, I'm like, there's nothing I can do. I mean, I'm just not available. So, but yeah, I found a freeing thing in being dumped. I was always dumped. This was,
I've never been dumped.
You've never been dumped?
No.
I was only dumped. And then recently, I was the first time I broke up with somebody.
How'd it feel?
At 52.
I bet that felt great.
I honestly, and I'm not saying this because he's sitting here, Ali helped me out a lot.
Yeah.
Because I really
he
didn't
took it like a
know-
champ. You were like, hey, Ali, I think I need to see other people. And
I didn't know how to react.
It's
And
still
he's-
not.
And he's like, dude, you don't have to react.
I'm still not.
Oh,
I'm still
no,
not
no,
well.
it wasn't me and Ali. We'll never break up.
Oh.
And we're never, ever, ever, ever
Ever gonna break up?
break up. No, I didn't know how to react. And he was just like, dude, you don't have to react anyway.
Yeah.
It happened.
here's what you
Move
do.
on.
You go for a drive. And you say, oh, I hid something behind those trees over there for you. And I really need to know your response. And then she gets real excited. When she runs into the tree line, you just peel out. Just
Have fun with your life.
yeah, good luck, idiot.
When I was in college, I did this.
Your mom goes to college.
Thank you. She does.
Yeah.
She's getting her master's.
Your mom's getting her master's.
That's what I just said, Ed.
Your mom just said that.
Okay. So I was in college.
I like your
and,
mom.
and- I know it. And it was our anniversary.
Yeah.
And I did a fun scavenger hunt
Yeah.
on the anniversary. And it was only a year. Like, it wasn't a big thing, but I was
Right.
like in college, you're trying to think of some fun
Yeah.
stuff. And I sent her all over when I was at UCF, all over campus. Favorite dessert place. There was a clue there. And then the wine bar that we really enjoyed.
Mhm.
That was the last. That was the thing. That the last hint was meet me where our grapes fermentate. And so she was there, and there was a box. It was a nice little what is it? A teal box? Is that the color, the appropriate color for the jewelry place?
Oh,
and inside was Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
Whatever the teal box. What's it called? The Tiffany's box.
yeah.
That's right.
And she opened it and it said, "We're done, but didn't you have fun doing this?" Like it was, I think the best way to break up with someone.
Yeah. Well, did she do something like that you found out about, or?
Oh no, I just really wanted to do it that way.
Oh,
I just thought it would be fun to do that.
This is not true. This is a funny Ali Flores joke.
You still haven't found that last box.
I did in high school. I did this. I also did this outside of high school. I guess once you got a good bit, just use it. But in high school, I did for prom night. I took this girl out that I'd been dating. Her name was Margaret. We dated for a while, and I hid roses all around town, like a dozen roses in places that were significant.
I'm sorry, is this your dumping her story?
No, this is yeah, the last rose said we're done.
We're done, but didn't you have fun finding the roses?
See?
But they were like where we first met, where our date was, and the last rose was in the trunk of my car. And it was, when I tell people that part of the story, they're like, "What the fuck?" Because that's where her body ended up. No, it was because my first kiss was in her driveway, so I wanted to
in
give
the
that
trunk of your car. In the trunk of your car.
But I'm not gonna I couldn't plant it in her driveway before we left.
So trunk was the way. You couldn't have gone under the seat.
I
couldn't have gone.
No, what I did was, like, when I ran around to open the car door for her, I pulled it out of the trunk and then I gave it to her.
Very nice.
But then there was one time when I first moved to Orlando, I was dating this girl, and
bragging much.
And we did a scavenger hunt as well. But I had made clues to send her around, and the last clue was, it led us to, and I was just playing the whole time, like, I don't know, let's follow the clue. You figure it out. That's how I used to talk.
You sounded like you sounded
Jerry
like Jerry
Seinfeld?
Seinfeld.
What is the deal with all of these notes?
You sound more like Jerry Seinfeld now, but originally you sounded like a hybrid between Jerry Seinfeld and Scooby-Doo.
The last clue led us to those swans on Lake Eola.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
And
remember that guy who stole this once?
No.
Yeah, I'll get to that later.
But I had gone to the swan guy earlier in the morning with a box to put under the swans, so I didn't have to put it in my trunk. And you think there's swans, you're like, oh, that's a romantic thing. That's fucking work. You have to both pedal your asses off to move a foot. So we paddle out into the middle, and the whole thing was, we're on the search for the most beautiful thing in the world. And
oh my God,
yeah, the box.
I know where this is going.
The box underneath, like that, opened up. It was a mirror.
Oh my God!
Excuse me while I barf.
And then when she looked at it, I went, no, it's for me.
Yeah, there was a guy who, not the swan boats, but the actual swans that are on Lake Eola. They're like property of the city of Orlando.
The animals?
Yeah, the actual animals. They're like the city's property. Apparently, I didn't know this until I heard this story, and somebody stole 2 of them. And they have yet to find him. This was like years ago. I wish I had more to the story than that.
How do we know that someone stole them and not like?
Apparently, there was witnesses.
Oh,
to the guy
They just grabbed him and took him.
He took the swans, put him in his truck, and drove off.
they're sex traffickers.
Yeah, it's.
Where the hell is that Walsh guy now?
I can Google it. Hold on, I get the whole story.
We need to get that Walsh guy and start doing that. They just take one of his kids and he started doing a television
Jesus
show.
Christ! Yeah, that was. Yeah, I think about that every time I walk into Walmart.
Yeah.
Because now we have
said it right.
I'm sorry, the Walmarts. Because there's that Code Adam on the door. Didn't that kid? He cut his head off.
Did they?
Yeah, I think they found his decapitator. I think, or that may be like.
Look, I'm looking up swans over here being stolen. I don't
that
have time for
Adriana. Look up Adam Walsh decapitation. Your daughter was very excited about that.
That reminded me so much of that video that you made with her.
Adriana. Yeah. So what do we do about mamas? I mean, do we have a do we have a night where we're like, hey, do we handpick people and say like the people who are here every week, our regulars, and say, you guys have 2 free tickets to give away, or do we print up tickets for us to give out?
That might be a thing. That might be a good idea.
The issue isn't the show, and we see that now because we still do have tourists who come through and see the show and rave about it. They leave reviews and so it's not that. It's really this. We're 2 hours earlier than we were, and all of those people who for years would come at that time either can't or it just hasn't.
Or they've moved on. Really,
for them. Yeah.
There was a little. We had the sniffles. The Globe had the sniffles for 2 years. So we lost some people. Like they moved away because they needed to get work. They needed to get a job, and so.
But also, like when we did that movie theater, we sold out that movie theater. Yeah. And when we did the Hawaiian place, we sold out that Hawaiian place.
Yeah.
So it's like the audience is there. It's just.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. I really don't. And with the algorithms the way they are with like Facebook and
I know, but I'm paying.
I know even that. Like I've noticed like I don't get views on stuff when I advertise for our show, for my own stuff. It's nothing. Like I'm like,
same thing happens with the shows at the high school, but I always thought it was just because it was a high school show.
No. I still go to all of those.
But you're not supposed to legally.
Big fan.
Speaking of legal, I got an update on the Swan story. Man was charged with grand theft after baby swan incident. So it wasn't adult swans; it was baby swans. The director of the Swans, someone named last name Sheehan, said. Because the 2 adult swans attacked the guy when he tried to steal the birds, but he did steal the birds, put them in a red cooler, apparently. These birds were just trying to take good care of their babies. They were trying to protect their babies from being stolen, Sheehan said. Thanks to the descriptions provided by the onlookers, the man with the red cooler was identified as 71-year-old Richard Harger Sr.
What a pervert.
And he was charged with grand theft for stealing baby swans from Lake Eola.
Grand theft foul.
And he will be here next Friday. So if you're listening,
come on down.
Come on down to Mama's.
Matter of fact, he's here right now. Richard Hanger Sr. How are you, Rich?
I'm giving you the bird.
Hey, Adriana, did you find out about Adam Walsh?
You didn't say Adriana correctly.
Oh, Adriana! Hey, can you do it? Because she's not answering.
Adriana! I don't do it as well. Did you find out about whether or not Adam Walsh was decapitated? He was exfoliated.
Wow.
Well, they gave him a massage?
A loofah.
Asphyxiated.
Asphyxiated.
We usually associate it with sexual.
That's how I died in my first play. That was in 10 Little Indians. But first, we
got
have Cousin
asphyxiated?
Jaimz.
Cousin Jaimz is here, everyone.
Here.
Well, we should wrap things up. Ali.
Pretty usual. Yeah.
No, we're good.
Now, the top conversation is how to get audiences to Mamas at 8 o'clock.
The hard thing is that everybody was so used to us being an after hours thing that people were coming after work. They had time to go home and have dinner.
Right.
It was an after dinner kind of a thing. So,
but that's the issue is so we can't go back to that time.
Well, at least not in this
now.
venue.
Right.
I want to go back
back
and do it all over.
I'm not paying for the rights to that music.
Yeah, way to
We're
go.
going to get shut down.
Shut down. We're going to lose our 4 fucking followers.
No, the podcast is doing
4
great.
Michelin stars.
Is there any kind of flyering or an advertising or like marketing we can do to the surrounding hotels? Because, people are looking for stuff to do.
Yeah, the issue with hotels is they
want
money for
money
that.
for it, yeah.
And
but what if we just go down halls and shove shut under doors?
Oh, then you get arrested.
Yeah.
And they could probably, I don't know if
I
they
like
find
Not
us
if you
or-
fast.
Yeah, I like handcuffs.
Yeah, but then they can find us
Yeah.
as we're leaving.
This is exactly where I'll
Catch me,
be.
sucker. By the way, Friday night.
You're the bank robber that writes the "Give me all your money, I have a gun" on your bank deposit slip.
I don't know. Honestly, I didn't know because places put like pizza menus and shit under when they're doors.
Well, on windows and stuff, I know that. I think that's still legal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I still get stuff on my window.
What do you know about what's legal?
Is that because he's Mexican?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's because he's Ali. Not because he's Mexican, because he's Ali.
But I know that there is a thing. I mean, I think it's still legal. You can just go through the
scratches.
So we need an intern, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, we do.
Adriana! There you go.
For Adriana. That should be the name of this episode. Just Adriana with a big like 4 exclamation points.
Adriana was exfoliated.
So you guys went to go party today over at the old World of the Sea.
Yeah.
Did you tell everybody there you were doing a show at 8 o'clock?
Yes, I did.
See,
I
and
did.
it's not just you. I'm adjusting James's mic too.
Oh, is that what that was?
So yeah, no, it was great. Like I've had the best time with them. Last night I introduced Adriana to the majesty of UCF, and we saw UCF beat the crap out of Temple.
You guys will have to come out to the new indoor soccer that's happening at UCF.
We'll have to try that out. But now let's get back to my story.
My daughter was at that game.
So yeah, was she there?
Yep.
Awesome. I thought about her too. I was like, I wonder if Erin's here.
Yep, she was there.
And
I was thinking about her too.
It wasn't packed.
In the back of the room.
So yeah, had a great time there, and then I had the idea. I got an email from SeaWorld saying you have a free ticket because if you're an annual pass, they give you the things. And I was like, oh, you know what? We're skipping school. We're gonna do that. We're gonna surprise them, and we had a great time. We went and hit Mako. We hit Manta twice. We did the new icebreaker.
I hear that's just okay.
It's all right. It's all right. It's fun, but you know,
It was
it's
free.
all right.
It was free.
But they're building a new one. I don't know what that one's going to be.
More.
Just more.
It's gonna, the new roller coaster. More.
That's what it's called. More. No. I was like, I don't
So
even know
you
what it's
skipped
called.
school with her.
I did. I
That's
skipped.
fun.
Nice.
I skipped part of work.
I think that's a crime.
Nice. So you're saying that your dad role goes into your own child as well as Tyler? You are the fun dad? I would say she had to go to school because I'm the education dad. And he's the deadbeat dad because he has nothing to do with it.
Yeah. I'm the cool one.
And I'm just the daddy.
So, James, you reminded me of this story of these two ladies who were walking,
Ladies.
and it was real hot outside.
Hey, ladies.
And one of the women is like, "It's so hot out here," and she pulls off her panties, and the other woman
That
goes,
makes
"What are
you
you
cooler.
doing?" And she's like, "This heat. It's better." So the other woman pulls her panties down, and they're walking. And she's like, "You know what? I feel
Walking with their panties off?
yeah. Well, they're just wearing a dress. The wind is
Around their ankles.
yeah.
see. Okay,
Wind
I
is
see.
blowing
So
up
you did
their
explain
up
that.
their skirt.
All right.
And the other woman goes, "Yeah, you know what? This does feel a lot better. Like I can feel the more air circulating." And then they see this woman sitting on her porch eating some watermelon, and her panties are down around her ankles, and she's got her skirt pulled up past her belly.
Oh, goodness.
Oh wow.
And they say one of the women shouts out, she's like, "It feels a lot cooler, right, without your panties on?" And she said, "I don't know about cooler, but it keeps the flies away from my watermelon." You reminded
so
me.
trying not to laugh.
You just reminded me of that joke, James. That was
Wow. Well, there ain't no flies on mine. I'm just saying.
yeah. It looks like it's getting dusted pretty regularly right now.
Yes.
You got a new bow,
Yeah.
Who's this?
horsetail.
Was that the guy I saw the picture with? That who's going like this?
Yeah. It's a
I think
week
I hurt
today.
myself doing
Oh.
that.
Seeing each other.
It's been what?
A week today.
Oh, has he been to the show yet?
He made it
saw
for
the last 5 minutes.
last week
Oh,
because
5 minutes? Pff, I could last longer.
He
than
saw
that.
me become queen. So that
Close.
was
Oh,
cool. But
I do race the clock.
he drives a work truck because he's down here doing hurricane restoration, and he couldn't find parking. He was driving around the parking lot for an hour. But he came and hung out with us at
BJ's.
Yeah, BJ's afterwards, and we instantly were just really cool.
They hit it off.
Hit it off. Comedy back and forth, and Ali's met him a couple times. We went to Ali's thing on Sunday
Night. Yeah, my graduation show
at SAC for the stand-ups.
And you got a show coming up tomorrow.
tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, the 15th, downtown Winter Garden. If you're listening, 8:00 at the Main House Market.
And before that
yeah.
is the Orlando Pride Parade and Celebration. I have a show at 6.
And all day tomorrow, I'll be with my autistic son.
Yay!
Do you guys?
Anybody want to get tickets to that? No.
Can
No,
you
just watch me
Can you get Nate to hand out Mama's flyers and?
For real.
Right?
demand them on people?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's coming tonight.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
My
cool.
son.
Giggity.
Nate's going to be here.
No,
Yeah.
Carlos.
I
Carlos.
was telling people the
Carlos.
story about we had an autistic girl come into one of my shows recently, and
Is this
she
the show that you actually do for public or the one you do?
yeah
in
no
your
this is a public
shed?
show, and
okay.
and she was she didn't like the door being closed for some reason, so her parents kept like cracking open the door, and it reminded me of the time we were in here doing a photo shoot for Mamas. And do you remember Nate was sitting there and he had some sort of handheld gaming device, and Nate just stood up and he had this look on his face like, I'm gonna do something, but no one knew what it was. And you went, Nate, and the minute you said his name like that, he took off like a fucking rocket into the kitchen that he'd never been in before, but he was navigating the shit out of it. We all like dispersed to try to catch him.
Yeah.
But I was telling that story and I was like, man, I don't think we could catch that kid now.
Is Nate like a Pokemon?
Oh yeah,
gotta
you
catch
can.
him?
You can catch him easier now.
Well, no, but he's like a linebacker. Like he'll be dragging
But
us.
he doesn't move fast.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, he's 6'5", 270 pounds.
Wow.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna grab him. I'm just gonna be holding. I'm gonna have to bring him down by a horse collar.
Yeah. I don't even know if that'll help.
Yeah, he's work.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's awesome that that moving on to more pleasant things. And that's awful because I just said
Yeah,
that
no,
Nate wasn't pleasant.
No, it's just unexpected things that you never know what's
Yeah,
gonna be, right?
you never know.
Yeah. So it's cool. He's awesome, and he's leaving in 30 days, so that sucks.
Where's he going? His other family?
Yeah, exactly. Actually, literally, he's from Philly.
Yeah.
He's only down here.
Oh, I gotta go to work and
Well, he's only here doing the hurricane restoration stuff for the 30 days, and there's more. He would stay if there's more, and I said, so I'm going to go bust some pipes up somewhere. So
You gonna go to Philly?
bust his pipes up.
I'm going to New York for New Year's Eve, so I mean, there's only a train right away.
Gonna stop for a little cheesesteak?
Well,
Hello.
not little.
Hello.
Jeez.
Speaking of Philly, did you see my post that I finished It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
All
I did
15
not.
seasons?
I never got into that show.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
Every
I just-
episode
everybody
I've
says
watched.
that.
So, The Gang Breaks D is the one that I was waiting for you to watch.
Hilarious.
Like the worst fucking thing you could ever do to a human being, they do on that show, and it is the funniest fucking thing you have ever seen.
I've only seen a few
It's pretty bad.
episodes. I haven't.
I don't know.
haven't
There's
got into it.
okay, so the
Just
worst
give
thing,
into the idea that they're all
wait,
terrible.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
You say the worst thing you can do to a human, but that's subjective to each person's.
It's a pretty terrible thing that they do
of
to
the
her.
worst things, because I've got a worse thing, but then I'm
No,
sure
it's a
Ed
pretty
wouldn't
it's a
care.
pretty terrible thing. It's a pretty terrible thing. It's like a huge setup, and it is
Awful.
Is it catfishing?
no,
See, that's
no.
Yeah.
Well, you might
It's-
as well tell them. I mean, it's not like
No,
we're the
Well, no,
Always
I might
Sunny-
see it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I might see it.
it's great. It's great.
Speaking-
Or the water park. That man got AIDS.
I got AIDS. All right.
Because that's
by the way.
always hysterical.
Oh my god! Well, it's they see
If it's Danny DeVito,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
hysterical.
they see a kid with like cancer cutting through the line of the water park, and they're like, "Well, how does he get to cut?" And they're like, "Well, he's
No, they
People
like
fucking do that all the
admonish them
time.
for
Yeah.
even asking. He's a child with cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
he's got it.
and then they start
Wow.
walking their line. Danny DeVito's going, "I got AIDS. I got AIDS." And Charlie Day is like, "I'm his doctor. He's got gay AIDS." And he's like, "No, it's not the gay AIDS. I got."
And Charlie gave him hickeys all over his body, like
lesions.
so they have
Oh my
lesions.
God. So, okay, Charlie Day, right? That's his
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
I don't know him from anything, right? But he
It's-
hosted an episode of Saturday Night Live that has like one of my favorite sketches.
The
ever.
Seinfeld
Yeah.
apartment.
No,
Oh,
no, it's Freakosaurus, and he was a character within a sketch that Keenan did. The,
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Oh, yeah.
sketch?
oh, where he,
What's up with that?
where he
Yeah.
just keeps on
Yeah,
singing.
what's up with that? And they has a backup singers, and he's doing like the James Brown shit. And Charlie Day just comes on as a dinosaur, and he's like, "Oh, we got a dinosaur. What's up with that?" And he goes, "No, I'm a Freakosaurus," and then just dance, and that just made me like so happy, and it's so ridiculous and so random.
Well, on that episode in particular, they're cutting through the line with the whole "I got AIDS thing, and they end up going, "Well, we've gone through all of the rides super fast. Well, there's this other one that they're building; it's not done. Let's do that."
Yeah.
So Danny DeVito, they're up at the top, and it's one of those like straight shot down ones. And Charlie goes, "Well, there's no water on," and he's like, and he takes a bottle of water and pours it on, and then just jumps down, and you get this shot of this giant water slide, and Danny DeVito just, and you hear that,
Oh,
and you just
God.
see this streak of blood as he splashes into the pool with all of these people, and this little kid goes, "That man got AIDS."
I'm glad that
Oh
was
my
fun
God.
for you guys.
All right, we do need
it's
to
awful.
we need to wrap it up. Ali,
Yes,
we never solved what we're gonna do.
we
for
haven't.
marketing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just
I mean, honestly, when I was talking to you last week when you weren't here, we need to post the people who are appearing and then have those fucking people post because
Right.
you have to share the
I've been posting
I know.
every day.
I know,
But-
and that helps.
But here's
have
another
to have
thing
the
too. We have to know
interactions.
who the cast is.
Yeah. Well, I've been posting that it
before
was
the Friday.
us.
Like
Yeah.
it just
Yeah.
like we need to know. Let's keep going. Let's get it going.
Do we have numbers tonight because of the old school cast? Because a lot
No.
of people said they were coming.
Yeah, a lot of people did say that, but nothing reservation wise.
Nothing reservation.
Like we'll know.
which I'm hoping.
Yeah, Ali
They'll
said that
walk
he
up.
knows a couple people who are bringing
Same.
groups.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping we end
Maybe
up with a
people
nice
just
crowd.
feel like it's not sold out, so they don't have to worry about reservations and they just show up.
I don't know. I heard
don't know.
last week was
It
decent.
was nice. It
Yeah.
was very decent. Yeah.
It was decent. It
We
was about
started
half
off
full,
with like
but
14, and then we ended up maybe with 50,
yeah, it was about half full.
35,
But
40.
yeah, so it was good. But they were a good crowd. too.
Last
Yeah.
week,
Yes.
Yeah.
last week I was really impressed when I walked in
Yeah,
here. It was
yeah.
like there was somebody sitting at every table.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
So-
and it
Right.
wasn't like they were sitting everybody like spread out, everybody spread out. No, they didn't know each other. They
Yeah,
were-
yeah, no.
Yeah.
We had
they
a
were
lot of
individual-
first timers that were really happy
Yeah.
to
Right.
be here.
Well,
and
and
some
that's
people
what
who have come
I was
back.
saying with Ali is it's not the show. Like we get that.
No, I have a really good friend of mine. He came to one show, and he did not like it. He had very he's an improv legend at the UCB,
Oh.
and
That was the guy I matched with on Bumble.
Oh yeah.
and I was
He was terrible. Oh,
Oh.
I didn't
Speaking
tell you I
of-
saw him at SeaWorld when I went for Hollowscream. I was in the merch shop and I was like, I turned to ask somebody something. He goes, "Hey, James." I went, "Oh, hi, John."
Did you hear
John.
about cousin Devin?
No.
What, Seaman?
Yeah. She is in Second City.
what?
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
Good for
she
her.
That's
yeah.
terrific.
Like permanent or
I don't know.
did she move?
Well, she lives in Chicago.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't
she's
know
been
that.
in Chicago for a little bit.
I'm
but
going there in February. That's cool.
I
Yeah.
love Chicago.
Did you hear
We're gonna
about Robbie Coltrane?
I did.
Yeah.
Hagrid.
Thanks for bringing it.
Cousin Robbie.
Yeah.
Cousin Robbie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did one show here. So
Actually, we had Rupert. What's his name? Made a
Uh-huh.
reservation for
Rupert
Mamas,
Grint, yeah,
Rupert
and then
canceled
people
it.
kept taking his picture, and he took off.
Melted. I get to see Dita Von Teese in Chicago on Valentine's Day.
Ooh,
Yeah,
nice.
I'm super excited.
All right. Well, we do need to wrap it up because we have to open the door for these people, and
No, we don't.
hopefully we'll be surprised. But Ali, what did you learn tonight?
I learned that call times don't matter to everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Speaking of James,
Hi.
what did you learn tonight?
The road to Mamas is laid with good intentions, and I-4 will fuck you every time.
Yeah.
But that's why I love I-4. If it's been a few months, you know,
Well,
you just feel fucked hard.
I just forget sometimes. Oh yeah, it's horror nights, and so
Oh,
I have to go
Yeah.
through the Universal.
Horror Nights is
traffic to
another
get
thing that
here.
really kind of
Whereas at my house, it's just horror nights.
yeah every week.
Gross.
Lately.
Ed, what did you learn tonight?
I can't control the volume of my voice.
Oh, we knew that.
Yeah.
going
No,
on.
I didn't learn anything.
And I learned something tonight too.
Mm.
Is that we're gonna make some sort of Facebook post about what we're doing with the
And
show
it's gonna matter not.
because we didn't. No, I mean, if it's us going, hey, here are some golden tickets that we're giving out. This gets you
Can
into
we
the
do a
show.
BOGO?
Charlie, we
Yeah,
got the golden ticket,
I was
Charlie.
thinking about that. I was like, maybe what if we do like I do like the idea of free tickets. Like
What about like
us-
bring a group of 4, 3 get them, pay for 3 get 1 free. Or
Right.
something
I
like
like tickets that we can give away.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it
Like Mama Comps.
it would be us giving it away. But then I also thought like people who are our regulars,
Mhm.
giving them some, going,
Please
yeah,
bring your friends.
you can bring your friends.
let them get in free.
Right.
Have the friends
No.
pay.
Have the friends. Like
That's what I
if
said,
you,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
they, that'd be great.
Absolutely. I mean, I know Rachel brings people, Beth brings people,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
Steve
And-
just sits in the back.
Yeah, no,
do that.
Steve's brought people
Yeah, I
before.
know, I'm teasing.
All right. We're Mama's Comedy Show. We're here every Friday night at 8 p.m. for now. Call 407-363-1985. Ali, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at comedic actor. You can find me on TikTok, A_Ali_Flores.
Still got those underscores, huh?
It's the only way I can keep my name in it. 'Cause
Yeah.
If you just put it all together, it looks like
Ollie.
You look like a terrorist.
Yes.
James, where can people find you?
You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Corsets and Cuties or
Dot.
I have my own personal Instagram, which is James Dillman. And yeah, if you want to find out information for Corsets and Cuties shows coming up, you can find that out at corsetsandcuties.com.
.com.
James Dillman. Ed, where can people find you?
They won't. I'll find them.
And you can find me on Instagram at Todders or Duty Poo Poo on Xbox Live. We'll see you guys next week. Baby, bye.